Why, hello everybody, it's Joycelina, and we are back here on the Just Vanilla server, and I am excited to be back. We have stuff to do. The last episode, I finished up the main area of my tunnel, but really, this was the easy part. I say laughingly, it was time consuming. It wasn't challenging. Well, it was a little, not challenging, it was time consuming. That's probably the best way to say it. I like the layout. I still have to come through and get iron bars. I do not have an iron farm, so I need to be figuring out how I'm going to get enough iron bars to go through here. But there's two key things that we need to work on this episode, and I don't know how long this episode is going to be because, I don't make you watch me do the whole block placing piece of things. So it might take a while, it might not, I don't know. But it's going to take me a while, that's for sure. But one of the things we need to do is figure out how we're going to actually create this opening, what it's going to be like to move into the base. And I think I mentioned last time, I can only go until about this block, maybe that block at the farthest away. And so I have to be very careful about what I do. So that doesn't leave me a whole lot of space because this does have to be the center line. And again, this was all put in well after I had put in where my nether tunnel and centered it on my my portal, and I never came back out here and thought to myself, for the sake of symmetry, do I want my opening to be symmetrical on this area? So it is not. And so whatever I do, whatever design I'm going to do is probably going to break into this nice design here, or there might be a way to utilize it, I don't know, so that it kind of bleeds in and then you have my opening. It's definitely going to be bigger than just this. Oh, can you see all the extra stuff I got? I logged on to the website and I voted on all the sites, so I got some treats there. But one of the things I know is it's going to be larger than this, that is for sure. So sorry, my sign's not going to be there for a while, and people might get stuck here, coming in and out. I'll fix it here. I'll make sure this happens, because this is annoying. Oh my gosh. If you're trying to use a boat, which I rarely do, I just run it. If you try to use a boat, and somebody's taken this away, it is so frustrating when suddenly you go down their tunnel, and you have no desire to go down their tunnel. So, don't be that guy. Don't do that. But yeah, we're going to have to take pretty much all of this out, at least probably 2 blocks worth, I would assume. And then up here, kind of lead into what we're doing. So yeah, at least into here, I would assume. Didn't I say we weren't going to do block placing? But it gives you an idea. So I at least am going to do, probably have to pull back one more layer, like back here. Do all that so that you're coming through, and we might repeat this pattern and somehow get it out into the open, or we might do something different, but that's pretty much the work that I've got going for me. Put this in kind of my tunnel supply. Back when I was helping build the tunnel a long time ago in a faraway place, that was a long time ago, let me tell you. But yeah, so that's step one, is we got to figure out what this opening to the base is going to look like. Which is nice. If I make that big enough, people can actually see the design, and hope you guys can feel free anytime you want to stop by and take a look. Hello, we have visitors. The other piece we have to work on is what we're going to do on this end. So again, I think as I wrapped up the last episode, I do want to bring some horses in, so that, and I might have to do something similar at the other end where I have a stall or 2, so that you can drop a horse off. You can ride it through the tunnel. So I know some people use ice and boats. Some people use tracks. We are going to have public horses available, but they have to stay in the tunnel. So if you come and visit, it's got to stay in the tunnel. And then we need to decide what we're going to do for this area. So that is today's tasks. The task for today. Maybe even putting the area down to the stairway. Woo! Anyway, that's what we're going to work on, and I will see you in a bit. Okay, so we are back. Just a few things I wanted to show you. One is I started the process of the iron bars. I did not get all of them because this was a stack of iron bars. It only took me till, how far did we go? I mean, we went a little way, so I probably need 4 stacks total. So yeah, it took me to here. I'd say this is approximately the halfway point because you can barely see each one. So I probably need 3 more stacks. But that is the overall design. I really like it, which is why I made it. I like it. That's why I made it again in here, right? So I designed it, I should say. So that is the first thing. So I think I might actually have enough iron already smelted to be able to complete that, which makes me happy. The other thing is that I was really looking at starting to build out these. And I had 2 designs in mind. Well, the first thing I did, I was going to show you with the floor done. And I didn't finish the floor. And look, I don't have enough blocks to finish the floor. Whoops. How do I do? Wait. Anyway, imagine it's all done. Here, I'll put some cracked bricks. So that would be the one look with the fence gates. And I did try. If you're over here, I thought, are they going to be able to get out? But no, you cannot jump onto this block. Actually, I was surprised. I thought for sure they'd be able to jump on that block. What? No, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to shut the gate. So this was the first idea that I came up with, where I just added the brick to everything, but I didn't like how that looked. It felt like it was breaking this area up. So I went through and I put the green all the way across. So it will be a band of green. So we can go ahead and do that here because I've decided that, yes, that is what I'm going to do. Just along here, the ceiling will still be gray. We'll put these in. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Now, the other idea that I had, I'm like, well, what if I try to do this fresco, is what I'm going to call it, this kind of fresco look at the end of each one. And 2 things came to mind. The first thing that came to mind is these are horse stalls. Who's going to decorate that much detail in a horse stall? But that was only slightly a problem. The biggest thing I wanted to talk about was my tunnel neighbor. So there's, with the blocks, if you recall, oh my gosh, you are so loud! With the fresco, the way things are done, if you remember when I was placing the blocks, with this block right here, I could do all the other ones, like tilt this way, tilt that way, look straight up. But this block right here, I had to be behind it, which is why I made all these tunnels so I could come and look down and place the block, and then it would make the perfect fresco. The problem with these is I am next to this tunnel, and I would need to be standing where these blocks are. Now, I might be able to get by and take them down and put them back, but I really want to respect that other person's. I don't know what's on the other side. I don't know how these will fall, and if they fall, what it would look like. Well, no, apparently they're not going to fall. But I feel uncomfortable breaking into somebody else's tunnel to complete mine. Although, my tunnel was here first. But yeah, I don't feel comfortable doing that. I might be able to get away with it, but it's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm being crazy. If I'm being crazy, say so in the comments and go, Joycelina, just go ahead, go back through, it'll be fine. It won't take me that long to actually do it. But so that's why I came up with this design. What I do like is that it's continuous and it doesn't break that line of sight when you're coming through of the green. So it kind of blends through, which I really like. So fairly simple. I did try to do some stuff for the floor. So you'll notice I used the cracked bricks. And that is because my thinking is there are horses in here. They weigh like half a ton. Eventually, over time, the bricks are going to kind of wear down. I could put dirt in there, but I don't think I'd like the way it looks. I could use the hay, but I really don't like the color of the hay. I could put hay on the floor. I might come back and try that out. If I do, I'll show you. But I thought the cracked brick is kind of what would happen. Even if I change this part out to hay, I'm going to keep the wall here, and if they kick and they whinny and they do whatever, they would eventually crack the brick. So I think that I'm going to keep some of those cracked bricks, and I thought, here they've taken a chunk out of the brick. So that's kind of the idea behind that. I could use some of the mossy cobble, except for, moss. Moss grows in places that are cold and damp. I know this. I live in the Pacific Northwest. There's lots of moss everywhere. So, but here, we're in HE double hockey sticks, right? Isn't that what they say in the biome? The biome even calls itself hell. So clearly, moss is not going to grow anywhere in hell. So it would not be appropriate to put mossy cobble in my nether tunnel. So that was kind of the idea behind that. I don't know if you guys think stuff like that is weird, but that was kind of what I was thinking in my head, is that to be realistic as to where we are, mossy cobble does not fit, and you'll see it's nowhere in my design. So this is, most of this, the tunnel is pristine, right? I didn't go through and do what I've done in the other areas, which is, change up the blocks and have a lot of variation. It is very pristine, like it was just made and well kept. And so that's kind of my idea behind this tunnel, is that it's one of the places, it's the first place you see, so it's very, very well kept by the guardians of our land. So anyway, I will come back. I'm going to go ahead and try this with the hay. I'll let you see it. I got a feeling, though, that I'm not going to like it, but I'll do it to prove to you that I'm right. That's why I tell you I'm right. It's going to look ugly, and I'll show you that I'm right. So what did I tell you? I was right about the hay. I like the texture of it, but the color is just all wrong. But I have to tell you something. The brick doesn't really look that great either, and so I had an epiphany. On my way back to my base, I walked across grass that had been made into a pathway. Why, of course, that is what the pen should look like, right? That with some coarse dirt. Oh my gosh, exactly. That is precisely the look. So now I got to go make me up some coarse dirt and go ahead and switch all those out. And then I was thinking, and then I need to bring some horsies. Except for, I haven't tamed any horses yet. So I still have to do a little bit of horse taming and get some folks in here. But yeah, oh my gosh, that yellow. You got to tell me, am I right? That yellow is just horrendous. That, however, over here, whoops, wrong way, over here, is fantastic. Not a question, right? Not a question. So I'm very happy that I had that thought as I was going across my pathways in my overworld. That, yeah, I think that's perfect. So I'll come back when that is all done. Okay, I've got my horses in, all saddled up. I don't have them named because, I don't right now. I might call them Joyride 1, 2, 3, and 4, kind of after my horse is named Joyride. Or I might call them Loner of Joy 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't know. So if probably what the goal is to have a set of stables, not probably 4, but maybe 2 on the other end. So if you ride one, we'll have one that will be over there, or maybe 2 of them will be over there, and we'll keep 2 stalls empty here, so that if you're coming to visit, you can ride one down and have a stall to put it in, and when you leave, you have one to have over there. Or likewise, in case you come out, like if I come out, I can pick one up, have a stall to put it at, and then come back. So I don't know if I'm going to do full stalls or if I'm just going to do fences and have them with leads that you can just tie them up. I don't know. We'll still see. I also went through and I've done the iron bars now all the way down, all the way through. So I was right. It was exactly 4 stacks worth of iron bars to do that. And so now what I'm going to do is work on this portion. I'm going to have to take this row out too. And I want this to look very, very similar, if not exactly the same layout as what I have for my for my actual tunnel, nether tunnel on this side. So it's going to somewhat replicate as best I can this, which means it's going to be 2 out, and it's good for me to take a look at this because I'm like, oh, wait a second, what's this? This is stairs, or excuse me, cobblestone fences. So I'm going to have to pick up some of those cobblestone walls. Excuse me, pardon me for using the wrong phrase. But yeah, so this look to wrap around the nether tunnel on the other side. So I will bring you back once that is all done. So I went ahead and I put in the pattern, but what I am finding is that it loses all its grandeur in this space. There's, on this side, the way I laid these out, there's only a block in between the decorative portion of the nether tunnel and beginning here. So what I'm really thinking is that we are going to have to pull back this area, and we're going to have to kind of migrate it into being able to see this. Look, already you can tell just being able to pull back this far and be able to see the decoration. So I think, yeah, we're gonna have to raise the roof a little bit sooner into the tunnel, so a little bit closer to the actual. Am I full? Oh my gosh, I am full up. I'm full up. Okay, let me put this down. Oh, because I moved everything out of the way. Here, give me those back. Yeah, so if I want that look, we're gonna have to pull this back at least 1 and have that out so that we can, so we can see more of it from a distance, and then it kind of lead into the decoration that is here. So I will go ahead and work on that, and then on the other side, I am thinking that we have enough room to pull back 1, and we can put some stone bricks along this area all the way up, and we can have that indentation, and then we can have the decoration here more similar to how it is in the overworld. So that's going to do us a whole lot better, and then we can have the stone brick here will be along this part of the wall. And so this area, this opening on this end will be a little bit wider, and I think I've come out so that we'll come out this far. And this is as far as I can go because, boom, right there is the other nether tunnel. So this side will be much more grand, which is kind of nice because every time I come out of the nether tunnel, when I come down, I'm usually coming from this side. So I'm coming from where all my base stuff is, and I come in this way, and when I come through the nether tunnel, it brings me not to the tunnel portion, but to this area. So it will be nice. So it will be nice to have a larger area here. I'll need to figure out how to get down the stairways down, and this tunnel, I don't know what this tunnel is. Somebody made this long before me. But it is a way eventually, if I come all the way down here, I've come through here before, and down here is a way out, I think. Is this a way out into the actual overworld? No, it's not. No, it's not. So I might just block this part up. I don't know who used it. Oh, this is how. So this is where you go. I'm trying to think. What people have done, I think I probably dug through some of this, trying to get my way out just so you can go into the nether and start exploring. But yeah, there's too much stuff. Nether. I hate netherrack. You know what? This is probably the only brick or block that I don't like as much as I don't like hay. So the 2 worst blocks in the game are right here. Nether brick and hay. You've seen them both in this episode. And I am right, they are ugly. And I don't think they get much better with 1.13. So it is what it is. They're not something to build with, but we are going to be working to make it seem like there's no nether brick anywhere to be seen. So Yeah, I'll have my tunnel down. I think, where is it? It's probably somewhere around here, but it's like down underneath. So I'm going to have to redig my way out. But I will get started on this. Boy, this is taking some time. I did not expect to be dedicating this much time to it today. But, you can see on this side, I got to worry about the ceiling and how you can see through the bricks and stuff like that. So I will get this all situated. And I can't wait till we're not doing the nether tunnel, or the nether portal portion anymore, because the sound drives me crazy. Okay, I'll be back. Well, it's taken me a little bit, but I've gotten the other side of the portal done, and this larger area is opened up. I did a little bit of detail because it was way too much just solid brick. And the ceiling is fairly similar to what's on the other side. The circle goes a little bit farther because I leave all of this open, which is nice. I've started the pathway down, but I really don't have time to go all the way down there. It is quite a ways down till we get to an open area of the nether. So we will do that at a later time. So the last piece to work on is going to be up front. And I did a little bit more clearing out, and it may just be fairly simple. I'm not quite sure. I don't know that I want it to be overly complicated. Then again, I might just take the same opening that I have for my nether portal and put that here, or a truncated version of it here, which that might be a little interesting. So I'm just thinking of that as I wandered over here. So this is the last piece. I cleared out all of the area as far over as I think I want to go. This might get mined out depending on whether or not if I want this to be open or if I want the bricks to actually start here. That will be something I decide in a short bit. And of course I'll have to move my tunnel supplies. I might embed it somewhere inside the wall here as it's opened. But yeah, that's the last piece. And then, oh my gosh, we might actually be done with this nether tunnel. I mean, done with the nether tunnel. I can't believe it. That'll be fabulous. I'm looking forward to it. And then I get to add my opening is more than just two little logs sitting in front saying, oh, by the way, this is Joycelina's place. I think this is going to look a whole lot better. So I'll be back in a minute. Ready, set, go. Here I am, folks, traveling down my nether tunnel. It is done. Can you believe? It is done. It has been, I don't know, practically a year. Here, let's get you put away. Oh, in you go. Off I go. And ta-da. So there we go. That was from all the way to here. So we are done with this portion. Voila! Complete. It's only taken me a year to finally get my nether tunnel done. Well, I think technically maybe a little less than a year, but after all this time, I have finally finished it. We did so much working to prepare to make sure we had all the stuffs, the smelting and the cactus, and just planning it all out and being ready. And I'm excited. I'm excited that it's finally done. So come on, stop by, at least slide down, see the opening of the base. This is way better than it's been for the past year, and I'm so excited. So with that, I am done with this episode too. So I will see you next time. By the way, even in 1.13, netherrack and hay, still the ugliest bricks of all. I'll see you next time.